Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, Thursday, and we're continuing our week of Thanksgiving. Looking forward to a new administration and a new broom that's going to sweep clean and fix some of the problems that we've had to sit through for the last number of years, mainly the last 4 years. But new hope is coming, and new hope is always a good thing. And we're here today to talk to you a little bit about Thanksgiving. And as I said earlier in these broadcasts, that we're going to stay clear of politics, but it's very, very difficult in the fact that just yesterday, the other candidate has reared her head and continuing a campaign of lies and discontent against the way her administration ran her campaign, or she ran the campaign. But enough said about that. We don't want to get into it. Thanksgiving is here, and this is what we're here to talk about. Thanksgiving's a holiday celebrated primarily in the United States and Canada, and its roots go back to the 17th century. The story of Thanksgiving often focuses on the Pilgrims and their journey to the New World. In 1620, a group of English Puritans known as the Pilgrims set sail on the Mayflower to escape religious prosecution from whence they came. They landed in what is now known as Plymouth, Massachusetts, and the first winter that they were there was an extremely harsh winter, and many of the settlers did not survive due to the cold, but mostly lack of food and disease that ran through their small colony. In the spring of 1621, the Pilgrims were introduced to the indigenous population, or what we now refer to as the American Indian, or the Native American population. And their leader, Squanto, a member of the Patuxet tribe, helped them learn how to cultivate corn, extract sap from maple trees, catch fish, and avoid poisonous plants, which there were a plethora of. With their gratitude, the Pilgrims had a more successful harvest that year, and it came to be that they were able to survive the following winter that came. They sat together with these indigenous people, and they had a wonderful banquet of food from their harvest, and they invited their brethren to come and sit with them, and thus started the first Thanksgiving. And we all know from there on what took place with regard to what we had to say yesterday about the Macy's parade, about Abraham Lincoln, and several other presidents that were involved in moving around and doing different things with Thanksgiving over the years. But the tradition remains in force, and most of the population of the United States celebrates this and continue to celebrate Thanksgiving with parades. Then you have Black Friday that comes along for your Christmas shopping and the deals that can be had in different emporiums that you may go visit and do your business there and buying Christmas gifts and other things of that nature. And Kaiser is chiming in there. But anyway, we have had a good day yesterday. We're looking forward to getting ready today, mostly for what is coming tomorrow, which is family. And I've got a lot of cooking ahead of me, but we'll try to get a broadcast out to you tomorrow and maybe show you a little of our turkey and fixins before the family digs in. And we'll get that posted for you tomorrow. But historically, I was thinking over my past history with Thanksgivings last evening, and it was it was interesting to think back to when I was a child, and my grandmother lived right next door. I lived in a community in New York where your houses were separated by a driveway, and oftentimes my grandmother would do all of the baking for the holidays, both Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter. And she was a great pie maker. Winifred Connor could win any award at any given time for her pie prowess. She made some wonderful, wonderful dessert pies, and I got to often lick the bowls of what she was preparing to put into those pies, and it was a wonderful thing to smell that when she would put them on the windowsill to cool, and it would waft across the driveway. And it put me in mind last night of wanting to just walk through a neighborhood and smell the cooking that will take place today and tomorrow in most cases, and the people baking pies or buying store-bought pies and reheating them. Just the whiff of that will make you nostalgic for the days gone by of youth, and how you participated in those Thanksgivings that were wonderful, wonderful Thanksgivings. But Winifred Connor knew how to make a pie, and make a pie that was so delicious that it's never been touched again by anyone trying to duplicate that. And largely that comes from the fact that we ate what was considered bad for you in those days, but I don't believe anymore that it was that bad for you, because she used a lot of lard, a lot of butter, and a pie crust that was homemade that you could not duplicate today, because you don't have those ingredients running around that she had at her disposal in those years gone by. But there's a lot of fond memories of Thanksgivings past, and I would like you all to take a walk outside today, smell the clean air, and be thankful starting today for what's coming tomorrow, and the food that will be on your table, and all of the things that go with it that will be a magnificent, wonderful Thanksgiving if you allow it to be. And I know some people are struggling with the fact, because of an election and because of politics and media-driven hate that has been out there, there's some separations in families that should not be taking place and have been taking place. I ask you all to pray for those people that are obstinate about coming for your Thanksgiving, and be grateful for everything that you have and what they have, and pray for them, pray for yourself, and be mindful that we are so fortunate to live in a country where we have the ability to celebrate a holiday like Thanksgiving, remembering all the way back to the 1600s and the persecution people went through in those days, that they had to leave their country of origin and go to a new world and struggle without knowing how to plant crops, how to feed your population, how to govern your population. And these were the Pilgrims. These were the people that landed on Plymouth Rock in those days and made a new life in a new world, and managed to assimilate the native population into their ways of thinking without persecuting, without saying that they were wrong, without saying that these savages don't understand because they don't believe in the same gods, the same religion, the same creeds that you hold dear, or the idealistic feelings that you are different than anyone else should not render an opinion into the holiday of Thanksgiving. And it should not keep you from family, from friends, from relatives in the past that you may have, as a child or a young person, celebrated with, or been fortunate enough, as I have, to have traveled throughout the world to see the different celebrations and customs that are brought to you by other people, and to have the understanding to stop, look, and listen to what they have to say without being critical of their thinking or pushing your thinking onto a society of people that have different ideals than you may have. So in this time of Thanksgiving and celebration of what we have and what has been and what is coming, we need to introduce back into the season that is coming a thanks that the birth of the Christ child is once again going to be on the doorstep of celebration in this coming December. So let's give thanks for that as well. And let's get back to proper thinking. And those of you that exercise incorrect thinking, you're entitled to your opinions, but you cannot burden anyone else with your way of thinking and make them try to understand your way of thinking. Everyone is entitled to their opinions, and everyone is entitled to their own lifestyles, as long as it's done with respect, and respect is part of Thanksgiving, as we talked about yesterday. And we hope and pray that some of the tension in this country will dissipate in the coming months and afford us the peace and tranquility that this nation has provided for generations after generation of beautiful people of all races, of all colors, and of all creeds. Be thankful that you have neighbors, friends, and family that you can sit at a dinner table with and celebrate the good fortunes that Christ has provided for all of us. And remember what the season is all about. Escape from prosecution over religion, over politics, and overall unacceptance of deviant behavior needs to be corrected, and we're on our way to do that through prayer and through diligence. We all will have a better 2025 on the horizon. Which brings me to talk about some people that are less fortunate this holiday season. Those people that are homeless, those people that are without family or family has passed away and they feel like they have been left alone in life to plod through the best they can. If you know someone of this nature that's in your neighborhood, that's alone, invite them to your table. Invite them with glee. feed them, and give them hope that someone does care about their plight through life, and try to help where you can. If you have the ability to do that, or you know someone that is in need, bring them a meal. Never let anyone in your purview go without a Thanksgiving dinner plate if you can provide it. Help at this particular point in time for some is sorely needed. Prices are up at the grocery store. We went shopping yesterday. It was shocking that it's gone up one more time. Not that it hasn't been higher than normal recently, but this holiday week we see prices rise one more time, and that's because of demand, not because anyone is gouging, not anything to do with that at all. It's pure and simple. It's demand for foodstuffs in a population that has now absorbed 20 plus million more people into the borders of this country that are going to require the necessary needs of life as well. So pray for these people that are homeless. Feed them if you can. There's Salvation Armies that can be receiving your foodstuffs if you don't mind to take a ride over there and give them some canned goods or bring some turkeys or some hams. These people are in want of necessary needs and nutrition. And if we're lucky enough to be in possession of those things, we need to share and give thanks that these people are not wasting away or passing away due to starvation as the original Pilgrims did in Plymouth Rock for the first winter there. So with that, we're going to wish you a great day before Thanksgiving. If you're out and shopping, drop something off at a can shelter. If you have a heater that you're not using, drop it off at some of these homeless shelters. And be a help and give thanks for the fact that you are able to do that in this day and time. So God bless you all. Have a great rest of the Wednesday. I'm looking forward to watching the parade and some football games and cooking all day tomorrow and seeing family and enjoying God's great gift of this earth for this Thanksgiving week. So with that, Kaiser and I are going to say, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned into the Kaiser Report for all of your commentary and news bits. God bless. Bye-bye now.